Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends, and now we are knee deep in I forget the name of the Titan event, the Smart Fella Titan event, and we do have a champion chase that's going to be starting tomorrow, and with that, we are going to be getting a 2x Ancient Shard rate increase with a progressive chance to get Raphael. Now, this is, I think, the second time maybe even third time they've made Raphael available through shard summoning. And in fact, they've been doing this quite a lot for some of the characters. Now, what we do know, though, with regards to Raphael and the other turtles, is that there is most likely going to be a more guaranteed event. And by guaranteed, I mean, like, if you have the resources available, that you'd be able to get them. But if you do want to try, because when it comes to ancient shards, I think that when you're kind of later in the game, they're, for me anyways, largely used as event currency, food, and kind of blue summoning food as well. So I may very well pull tomorrow. My friend Nelly, if you follow my summoning videos, I think we're going in on this tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the ins and outs of that, though, whether or not that's worth it for you. Now, before we get started, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get Karato Fox Hunter Legendary of the Shadowkin for free, and also 3 amazing epics to start your journey off: Ugo, Tagore, and Deacon Armstrong at account level 15, 30, and 40. And you can also use the promo code Desert Queen to get Tanarak, an amazing Void legendary champion, great support champion to help yourself out. So that's 2 legendary characters and 3 epics to start. So use the QR code or in the link in the description below. Okay, so let's get started, right? So we have you can do this fancy thing, right? It tells you kind of what's going on right now or soon to be the Raid TMNT. You got the 2x boost starting tomorrow. The Soulstone Rush, that was a bit of a waste. Actually, we're going to talk about the Soul Chase. This is kind of a waste. Shredder's Wrath Tournament. Now, I did this yesterday, and I should have double dipped because there's a Dungeon Divers going on right now, and I didn't. But it didn't take me that much energy, actually, to clear that. I find that the Shredder's event tournament's a little bit easier, or the Shredder's dungeon is a bit easier than Karosa's from a few months ago, or for a little while ago. And then we have a champion training going on right now for 4 days, and that's fine, too. There's going to be a 10x boost for Raphael that's down in the bottom right corner here, and talk about the 2x. Now, for events, we got champion training, right? And I actually do like doing these. I need to train my champions. I need to rank up my champions. And there's a lot of great milestone rewards in here. Like, I am probably going to go beyond the pizza points because you get a lot of relic material. Like 75 is quite a lot for epics. And then you get the 50 legendary ones over here. There's a void shard. But also there's a rank 4 basalt. Now that seems not much, but it is, because when you think about it, that's like 9 3-stars, or like, in order to get to a 4-star, you basically need to fuse, 3 3-stars into a 3-star relic, right? So it's worth 4 3-star relics, which is quite significant. And I have a lot of characters to upgrade anyways, my turtles and some other characters that I need to upgrade. So I'm probably going to max it out. Now, the Dungeon Divers is going on right now. This is not associated with the Titan event, but you're probably going to get some double dipping progress anyways because of the Shredder's event, the Ice Golem, which just started as well. So there's a lot in champion training, possibly if you're doing some campaign grinding. So you're going to be able to double dip or triple dip even there. Shredder's Wrath Tournament, I already finished this off with the points. The points are very reasonable. During this video, I'm actually autoing my Ice Golem turn attack as we speak. And what's interesting is that a lot of the points, like Shredder's was around 1600 or 1700 as well. This is a turn attack, which means you want to clear it in the fastest way possible. So instead of running hard mode, like sometimes I might to try and grind some items, I'm actually doing stage 21 because I can clear this in like 30 something turns. So I'm getting like, I don't know, 35 to 40 points per run. So it's actually only going to cost me like maybe 800 energy to clear this, which isn't too bad for the 40 pizza points. The Soul Chase Tournament, what I ended up doing for this, and I didn't mention this in the video because it's been like 2 days, I guess, is that I just pulled enough to claim the gems and the energy. That's it. I didn't go any further. So I think it's 150 points that you need to get this. And, for some people, it might be worth actually doing the pulling for the Mortal Soul Stones, but I wouldn't spend money on it. So I had quite a few Mortal Soul Stones, and I have some in the bank up here that I could do more. And so I did pull some. I think I pulled like 10 to 15 of them. I forget how many. Mortal Soulstones as currency for events like Deck of Fates are usually not worth that much. So if you're at the part of the game where this will add benefit to your roster, I know it's very tough because the chances of still landing on your wish list is not amazing. I had Donnie there because I was like, you know what? Maybe if I pulled a 5 red Donnie or 4 red Donnie, I wouldn't have to do more of the Titan event. That was my thoughts, but no, I'm not willing to pull any of the bigger soulstones. Like, don't do this. Save this for a potential Deck of Fates, because what we learned actually was that Deck of Fates was going to be the event, the guaranteed event for Raphael. So that's something to note as well. And then that Leonardo was going to be a Hero's Path event. So we do have this Champion Chase tournament, and this is going to reward lots of relic material as well as pizza points for the Titan event, right? And so this is going to be, now I don't know like what the points are going to look like, but I think I'm going to be doing this anyways. And I want to talk about this, right? I want to talk about the Titan event because it's very easy to get a 1 red Donnie. No problem. This is super easy. Literally like 1 or 2 events will get you there. As far as milestone 2, this goes up to 300. Again, super easy. Shouldn't be that hard. Even for new players, there should be lots of ways for you to be able to pick up these event points. So I think it's a really good time to do some of this stuff, honestly. And then the 3 red is only 600 points. Might seem like a lot, but it really isn't, because it goes all the way up to 1500, and I believe there's 1750 up for grabs. So this is like a third of the way of all of the events, which should be no problem for a lot of the dungeon events, but also the gear enhancement, classic arena, champion training. There's a lot of more easier ones that even new players can do to be able to pick up these points. And I think even a new player should be able to pick up a 3 red Donnie. Now, whether or not you finish the fusion to get Donnie is another question. But for those of us who did, picking up this 3 red is probably where you should go. He's a support character. He doesn't really need that 4 red for the crit damage. I mean, that's just an icing on the cake by getting a 5 red, like if you really want to push. But, I think I'm just going to go for the 3. I haven't decided, but I might go for the last laugh amulet. But I'm not going all the way to the 5 red. Kind of feels like if I'm going for 1,000 points, maybe I should just go for 1,500. But I think I'm just going to stay here at the maximum is going to be 1,000. So I'm going to be somewhere between milestone 3 and milestone 4. Now, there isn't a mortal soulstone in here. So, clearing decks of fates without spending is hard. And that is apparently going to be the Raphael guaranteed event. So I would like to pick up some more resources for that where possible. Some soul coins, some actual soul stones, these kind of things in preparation for that. And you can see there's a total of 1,500 points here up in the corner. I'm still going away and hoarding my shards. Now, my ancient shards is up to 98. I may buy a pack. Now, my mercy is very close. I'm 40 shards away from a mercy pull or starting the mercy, right? Where's the, was it not up here? I thought here, sorry. The mercy system button, right? 200 summons without a legendary gives you up 5%. So you're going to get it pretty close, like within like 215 pulls for sure. And I pulled 160 without a legendary, which puts me very close to getting a legendary. And that is that's one of the main reasons why I have decided to go in on the 10x Raphael event. Now, the chances of actually landing Raphael is very low, but if I'm this close to my mercy, I might as well, because the 2x is usually the best time for you to pull shards in general, right, in order to get more for your roster. So I think that this is a good time for me. And if you've been counting, I recommend people counting, because unfortunately this game doesn't tell you, unlike some newer gacha games, it tells you actually like where your mercy's at and how far away you're at. Unfortunately, this one doesn't tell you that. So, I would recommend people trying to keep track of how many shards they pulled so they know how close. Because if you're very close, then the progressive kind of makes it seem like you might as well try it, right? If you're close enough to do that. And so that's kind of what my plans are here. Now, ancient shards are going to go up to 16% epic and 1% legendary. That regular legendary chance is pretty low, but 16% for an epic is pretty good. And there's plenty of amazing epics in Raid Shadow Legends that could definitely boost up your roster. Or if you're in the position of just trading in your blues for food, that kind of thing, I could always use more rares for food. And speaking of food, I want to talk about champion training just really close. Or really, just really quickly here. So I'm going to take a few champions from my vault. Also, I love the fact that we have way more vault characters. And what I'm going to do is something that I recommend everyone to do for champion training. taking like a blue level 1 character and then just using a couple of brews on them to get them to level 15 for 3 stars. So 2 brews for a 3-star, 4 brews for a 4-star before you feed them to any of your characters or ranking up to make more food. The reason why is because you're going to get some very fast champion training points to clear this very, very quickly. I kid you not. You can actually go most of this with like out even like having to spend any energy as long as you use your brews efficiently. So level upgrades at 3-star, you get 2 points per level. So me going from 1 to 15, that's 14 levels, that's 28 points for 2 brews, or approximately like, 14, 15 points per brew. This can go very, very fast. If you have a lot of foodie type characters, aka blues that you're not using that you end up consuming, taking all of this stuff from, all these level 1s that I have, taking them up to level 15 with a couple of brews, it'll start stacking up very quickly. And then whenever you feed up, right? I don't know if I have a character I can show this right off the bat. I don't think I have a level 30. But if you rank up a character, take them to 4-star, and you're going to food those, make sure you put 4 brews into a 4-star, and you'll get a crap ton of points. And this really stacks very quickly on champion trainings. I just wanted to raise that really quickly because it's been a while since I've said that, and there might be some newer players while watching the video here. So who should be pulling the ancient shards for the 2x? People who are going to pull for the 2x ancient shards anyways, and then you're double dipping with the champion chase event that's going to be starting tomorrow. There's going to be some good stuff in here, and you might come away with some pizza points that makes it a lot easier for you to get towards that 3 red Donnie if that's something that you're looking for. I think newer players honestly should probably pull on this anyways for ancient shards, because 2x ancient shards are very free to play and new player friendly, because ancient shards are a lot easier to pick up, and you might collect some decent epics to use in your roster starting tomorrow. So I think those are the kinds of people. If you're mega hoarding for the potential Leo or Raph guaranteed event, then you can continue. But I'm just really just hoarding my void shards, primal shards, and sacred shards for the potential points for those events. Ancient shards, I don't really consider to be that valuable. I mean, they're basically equivalent to like a mortal soulstone. Like, you're not going to get a lot of points in the long term for that, but pulling on a 2x ancient shard period might actually improve your roster, especially if you're in need of more champions. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what yours are in the comments down below. But before we go, I want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, or you want to make a brand new alt account, download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get Karato, Fox Hunter, Legendary of the Shadowkin, and 3 amazing epics with him. Ugo, Tagore, I forgot for a second, and Deacon Armstrong at account level 15, 30, and 40. And you can also get yourself the Void Legendary to Hanorak. We very rarely get Void Legendaries in this game. Use the promo code Desert Queen to pick up this amazing support champion as well. That's 2 Legendaries and 3 Epics. That's going to be it for now, everyone, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.